Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack and Jill here.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about Jill's #StayMotivated group for women. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Sophie asks, I'm thinking about starting to invest in back tax properties. Sorry, I
Red flag.
had to giggle there. So, trouble. And it seems to make sense. No, it doesn't. So anyway, just kidding. To start in my hometown of Colorado. And I'll explain why, Sophie. I don't mean to pick on you, but it's just,
it's not you personally.
You've been fed something, Sophie, and it's not correct, and we're going to save you here in just a minute. So let me finish this question. It seemed to make sense to start in my home state of Colorado. However, it's kind of hard to find information specifically for Colorado. I did read in my research that the state's policy is to bid up with the premium sales price, but you cannot see any other bids in their system. This all seems weird and daunting to me. Sophie, you're correct. Do you have any experience in buying properties online? Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice, or is there something I should stay away from? Okay, Sophie, fantastic question. And I love that you just answered it yourself. You in your stomach is not feeling right because you said, is this something I should stay away from? You would not say that if you didn't have a little something in your gurgling. So
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say she's probably really new.
Yeah.
And here's the good news. You're asking the exact correct question if you're new.
Yes. And I really don't mean to, I'm not meaning to tease you or pick on you, and this is right, like Jack said. So here's the deal, Sophie. There are people out there that think that this is, this can be a good property option, but you don't want to only look for those because you're missing so much good stuff. So there are a lot of reasons why properties are in these back tax situations, and often it's because they're the problem ones. There's something going on that's tied up in probate. People have passed on. There's reasons that it couldn't be transferred easily. So if you're seeking out only back tax properties, you're seeking out potentially all the awful ones, that are going to take a lot of time and a lot of money, a lot of energy, and you might not even be able to close some of these deals, So I can't tell you how many people have said, I went down that path, I wasted a week, and oh my gosh, that was stupid. I couldn't do it.
A decade.
Yeah. By the time I got into it, I thought I found a gold mine, and then I realized there's a reason why it was sitting there with unpaid taxes for 6 years. It couldn't be done, and I'm not, and there's times too that it sure happens where these back tax properties, they build up so much back taxes that the asset's not worth it anymore. It's just not worth, doing it. So, do you want to?
Yeah. So there's this concept, and it's not specific to real estate, where if it's cheap, there must be something wrong with it. If that house is falling down, it's going to be cheaper than the one that's right next to it. That's in perfect, that looks perfect. I can move right into that one. I want the cheaper one. I'm going to fix it up. I'm going to do some stuff to it, and I'm going to charge money for it. Same thing. Here's the same thing with the back tax situation. The property's got associated back taxes. There's a reason for that. I bet I can get it cheaper. And I'm here to tell you, in decades of experience, we've almost done 16,000 deals now, Jill and I. That's really wrong. It's a wrong way to think about this, and it's a wrong way to go about your life. What you need to do is reach a tremendous number of potential sellers by sending everybody an offer, whether it's cars or houses or anything. I just wrote a blog about why driving for dollars is stupid. That's the title of the. It's called "Driving for Dollars is Stupid," and I just put it in bigger pockets. If you in your mind visualize 3 houses, one's fallen down, one looks okay, and one looks brand spanking new, and you send them all an offer for $128,000. You know what? The brand spanking new one, maybe the guy just died, Maybe there's another situation. Maybe he won the lottery. He doesn't want the house anymore. So it doesn't have to be a negative situation, but what you're looking for is a situation. And in general, back taxes are a real negative situation. It's an indicator that there's a lot of stuff going on that may or may not be in your control.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, I have so much data to back this up. Everybody needs to get an offer, like Jill said.
Mm-hmm. So here's what Jack's saying, Sophie. I don't want you to exclude them. I want you to include them, and don't hit your head on the wall trying to only seek them out. Make your life easier. Send everybody an offer. And the whole point is you would be surprised. And all of our members have said, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it, but it's true. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that.
Me too.
You'd be surprised when you send out offers how many people like your offer, want to sell. They've been happily living there for 20 years, happily paying all their taxes. They're just done. There's like Jack said, there's some situation. The kids have moved out. We're ready to downsize, and gosh, now I don't have to remodel the kitchen. Or like if it's some of these rural vacant lands that we do a lot of, I often get the people, sweet little old couple, they've been paying taxes on it for years. They thought they were going to retire there, and gosh, now they're not, and they just don't want it anymore. That's it, and it's been long paid for. And they're going to hug you and say, thank you for taking this off our hands.
They're literally going to thank you.
Yeah. I've literally been hugged and thanked, and I literally had a woman, and it was college fund. It was for her daughter's master's degree. It was mom's property, and literally hugged me and said, you're a good person. Thank you. I hope you go make a lot of money off this. So that's our point, Sophie. You don't have to make it hard, like Jack says. There are a lot of great properties out there. Hit them all up, and if you don't have, that's why we send out a lot of mails too. We don't send 20 a week. We don't handwrite them. We're sending 1,500 or 2,000 at a time. Some people are going, just whatever volume you can handle, basically, and you'll figure that out quickly. Send them all an offer, take all the good ones, and you'll do just fine.
Here's what I've asked people, I've really dug into it and asked people why they concentrate on back tax property. And the result, after talking to them for quite some time, and maybe they don't even know it, here's why they do it. In any given market, there's going to be, let's say in a market where in a small county in Texas, let's say there's 5,000 properties. I'm just throwing out a number. A percentage of those are going to have back taxes on it. Every single county. There's 3,144 counties in the country. So in this county in Texas, did I say 5,000? There's 5,000 properties. Mm-hmm. Let's say 100 of them have back taxes, right? Is it cheaper to send 100 letters or 5,000 letters?
Mm-hmm. I got it.
I'm just telling the truth. That's what goes on. Because they don't want to spend...
Is that why they do it?
Yeah, they don't want to spend the money.
Well, hold on a moment.
Hold on, yeah.
Okay.
Let me finish. So take a second. So
I think they've been fed that.
The truth. It costs 53 cents to send out a letter.
Right.
I mean, soup to nuts, the whole thing. With data.
What did you say?
Soup to nuts.
I've never heard soup to nuts.
Do you live in a vacuum?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Soup to nuts.
It's just a cliche, like end to end or from start to finish.
Soup to nuts?
Yeah.
Really
Thanks for throwing me under the bus, partner.
I'm sorry. I've never heard that. So it's not like, I would say salad to dessert, like the whole on meal, but I've never heard of soup to nuts. Oh my gosh.
Of all the crap that I say. You choose that?
That is the crap Jack says. Soup. I'm sorry, I'm writing that one down. That was really good.
Oh my God. Jill's at a vacuum.com.
Soup.
Jill lives under a rock.com.
Soup to nuts. I swear you made that up.
I didn't make it up. Maybe it's in a Midwest slipping.
I don't know. Soup to nuts, Rust spell people.
It costs like 65 cents to send a letter out.
53.
53 plus the data, 10 cents.
Oh. Okay.
65 cents is called.
Oh, boy. Go ahead.
And it's way cheaper to send out 100 letters, which costs $65, or 1,000 letters costs what? $650. By the way, if you do this right and you send out 1,000 letters, you're going to buy a house. So you want to spend $600 to make 10 grand, which is what we make.
I need to think about that. I think that we answered that, and that was a really good question, Sophie, and we can help you. Good stuff.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic, which is a breath of fresh air to me, Jill's hashtag stay motivated. Grope. Freudian. Jill's stay motivated group for women.
Whoa, that was a huge Freudian slip. Where were you going with that one?
Maybe I want to grope you.
Oh my gosh. Hello. All right.
I thought you were going to say hell no. No, hello.
No. I'm not going to say no to that, but save it for the break, Jack. So, okay.
My pleasure.
So, I started a motivational group for professional women and business owners. Why? Because we need that. You guys have one, and it's guys do it all the time. You just innately get together, you talk about stuff, and whether it's over beers or poker or a football game, but
yeah, it's not a formal group.
This is true.
Sometimes it's called fishing.
It's true. It could be fishing, but
or drinking. I've
noticed a need for this, and so I started one. And here's where it came from. A year and a half ago, I had a conversation with one of my great pals from when I was in my 20s, who now runs a very big company in the South. I'm going to keep it very
generic.
Yes. A very professional company in the South. Anyway, hundreds of employees. She's third generation. And when she stepped in, though, boy, because it's the South, it was a woman taking over this company. It did not go well. And it was a good old boys club, the board, and they were not nice to her. Let's just say that. And she was telling me crazy stories about what went on in the boardroom because she's a woman and it's the South. And that's not what this is about. But I said, well, how did you get through all this? And she's like, I found this group of other professional women. One woman owns a major sports team. A woman does this, a woman does that. And man, we all really got together and helped each other. And this group, we would have different meetings, talk about different topics and all this good stuff. And I'm like, this is brilliant. So I came back and started to search for this. I'm like, I could use this too. It's not like I have to deal with the same things, obviously, but I'm like, there's times that I'm standing around, I'm looking for another female business owner next to me, and I don't have anyone to help me. What's funny is I find myself helping other professional business women that I've run into. In my world, I have other business owners. They look to me for advice, and I'm like, well, I think I could use some, we could bounce stuff off each other kind of thing.
Yep. So
I created one. And that's what this is all about. So, and it's not just business owners, but I say professional women and maybe want to be business owners. That's cool. It's all good. So if you check out my website, it is done. It's jilldewitt.com if you want to. We just got it all finished. And so we had our first group just recently meet. And I was just noticing, I brought with me one of my employees to help me hold the group and all that good stuff set up and everything. And she just wrote me a really nice, beautiful email about it. And she's telling me, thank you for letting me be a part of last night. I loved every bit of it. Also, thank you for being such great women to look up to. She's younger than us. And so she's wants to start her business. She's started to go down that path several times and just got hung up on things. And so she came to really kind of help me. And I'm like, no, you're in this. I threw her in it. And she's like, this is just what I need. She said, I'm so excited to see how this next chapter will be going, and I'm ready to help in any way you need me. And like I said, I want to help her too. So the point of my group is motivating women, because I do it every day too. This is my other thing about this. Jack, we joke, but it's true. Jack's information, I'm inspiration. That's a lot of how we walk around and how we work with our people in our community, our staff, all kinds of things. Jack gets those calls, in our world. People are setting up consulting calls and things with Jack because, hey, I've got this far. I pulled the data. I think I got it priced right. I'm about to push the button. Can you eyeball this? Does this county look good? Does my strategy make sense? That kind of thing. And so those are the details that Jack really deals with. Well, for me, I get a lot of calls and chat with a lot of people, men and women, that are they aren't even got to that point. I've watched your stuff. I've been doing this forever. I'm afraid to take that first step. I want to be an investor. I'm calling myself an investor, but I don't want to, on the first property I try to buy, I don't want to sound like I'm not a knowledgeable investor, and they're a little hung up on that, taking that first step. So they need a little motivation. They need a little kick, a little inspiration. And so that's what all of this is about. So, and I even want to take it, I don't mean to make this a commercial about what we're doing, but.
Well, it's hard to have a commercial about something you don't make money on.
Oh, I don't make money.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're
so
saying.
There's no danger.
This is true. There's no money involved.
Of you
No.
shamelessly plugging something here.
Thank you. Well, there's just a need for this. Whether you're a man or a woman, I'm personally taking a step back and addressing it for women because I'm a woman.
I'm going to come clean on everything here. When we started this 2 years ago, we said, all right, well, you're clearly inspiration, and I'm clearly information. And I said to myself, probably subconsciously, whatever. It's really all about the information anyway. Let me tell you something. I have never been so positively turned around on any concept. I see people, Jill and I get maybe one or two physical in the mail thank you gestures from people who are buying and selling property. Mm-hmm. Like we have a massive
change their lives.
Change their life. Massive gift basket on the table right now, on a kitchen
Mm-hmm.
table. People send us T-shirts. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. They send us stories about how it changed their life, and we get multiple emails.
We so appreciate all those gestures, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. You wouldn't know it by listening to the show because all we do is rant and complain. But
we're
here's
trying
what
to tell the truth.
In the end, they're not thanking for information. They're not sitting around saying, wow, that's the only place I learned how to send offers to owners. Or, I didn't know you could compile assessor data. You don't get a gift basket for that. What you get a gift basket for is presenting it in a format that keeps people motivated, and it's a place they can check in with. This is all Jill now, not me.
Like our weekly call.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And our online community.
Yeah.
Those are free resources to keep you on track and help you with all the little hangups. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Jack. That was really nice of you to say, and I really appreciate that.
All the stuff I know you can put in one textbook, and that's it. The stuff that you do, I mean this, the stuff that you talk about it daily. Thanks. On this show and otherwise is what people need to actually do it, me included.
Thank you.
We launch website after website, and believe me, Jill and I sit around once in a while and say, this is just not worth it.
Yeah.
We're done financially. Why are we doing this? That keeps me motivated.
Oh, this is why I'm here. So I wrote that on my website. I mean, here's a bottom line, because I love what I'm doing in my business, and I love what I'm doing personally, because at the very end of the day, I want to help people. And you know what? For 2.5 years, I've got to help people with Land Academy, and man, it feels so great. Helping people that are really out there, changing their lives, telling their wives that you can quit your job. That's and helping them get to that point is awesome. So for me personally, so I get to do that all the time. I just wanted, and what this group is me getting to take it a little bit of a step further for me personally and help inspire women. And so what I'm trying to do is not only inspire women, here's my goals, everybody. I'm here to really inspire, and I use the word ignite, and I also want to invest in women. So this is the direction I'm going with this group too. If anybody wants to help me and be involved, please reach out to me, because I would love it. I just met with a great group the other night, and we were all on the same page. Whatever I wrote in my meetup description to get them there was exactly what needed, because I got the right people there. It was awesome.
It's women only too. I can't even go.
You cannot go, because there's times we want to close the door and just talk about our stuff. Mm-hmm. And I said that, and they're like, really? Can we close it? I'm like, yeah, we can close the door and talk about whatever we want. So absolutely. And it's because there's stuff that's different about us in the business world. Let's be honest. We do things differently, and it should be celebrated, I think.
I do too.
Because we make good decisions. Let's be honest. We all know women make business better, not better necessarily, we make different business decisions. And sometimes
there's no debating that they're less risky.
Thank you.
And when is less risky worse?
Thank you.
I ask you.
Thank you very much.
I can't think of a reason.
I appreciate that. But my goal with this group is not only to do that, but I personally want to get together, and if it's me paying for it, I'm happy to do that. Financing some people, and that's part of my taking a step further, giving back, is helping them get their businesses off the ground. Because we all know that there's a lot of people out there with really good ideas. And man, it's $5,000 is keeping them from starting this company and getting this going and all that good stuff. Well, come on, we can come up with that. I want to help some people. And you know what? They're going to help some people. And that's our community. And you know what? I see it happening every day, Jack, in our online community and on our member call. Every single one of our people, and it's us.
She means our members.
Our members. But I see all day long people piping in, like our questions. We read these questions on the show and we answer them on the show, but they've already been answered by 6 people in our online community, helping them out, and they don't have to.
Right.
But they want to.
I'm amazed by that too. Landinvestors.com is a free, we don't make $1 off of it, Facebook for land investors. It's a community forum where you can say anything you want on there. Like, ask technical questions or motivational questions or anything.
Yeah. Does it sound crazy?
Shocked and amazed.
Does this look good?
At the volume and the number of members.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, we just passed like 2,000 or 2,500 members.
Obviously, like, you know what, like you said, I'm going to add a point here too. I had a discussion with somebody and this is true. We joke about you need to have technical ability and you need to be able to do this and do that. But man, and we even talked about this just today about hiring people, the right attitude and the right energy and motivation. If you've got a little spark in you that you're going to figure out and learn and how to do this, that trumps the knowledge.
That trumps experience and technical skill.
It does.
You bring the right attitude to anything, and you've got the right people pointing in the right direction and giving direction, like us.
Exactly.
Just knock it out of the park.
Yep. There you go.
It's all about motivation and attitude.
Thank you very much. So that was my group, and I met with an awesome, awesome group of like-minded people, and we all took away that we really want to help people. And so I'm going to work on this too. We've talked about this before. As a company, I'm going to work on, we do things, little one-off things as far as donating and giving back to charities and things, but Jack doesn't know this yet, but I'm working on some bigger things that we're going to do as land investors as a whole and make it a big deal. So all good stuff. This is why we're here. Like Jack said, this is something that I just want to do.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jack.
Join us in the next episode where we discuss, or where Jill and I talk about, a start to finish transaction walkthrough.
Awesome.
From the second that you send that letter out to when you actually sell the property.
Awesome. And we answered Joshua's question about a road going through the middle of the property. Oh boy. That's a good thing.
Actually,
hold on a moment.
We'll answer it tomorrow, but it's never been a bad thing.
Yeah.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Good show, Jill.
Thank you.
I mean that. I think, even, I don't care who you are, you still need to stay motivated. I don't care what age you are or where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. You have to do that.
Jack, I talk to people of all ages and all economic situations and all educational situations and about that exact thing. You could be the most brilliant person, have all the stuff, and you're just like, I want to do this, and you just need a little kick.
There's a life cycle on every project. I don't care if you're building a doghouse or going through a college class or trying to become a real estate investor. At one point in every single thing that you're working on, this is the middle. And it's a lot of hard. You've learned, you know what's possible, and you've made a choice to be there. Mm-hmm. Now it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. You just sit there. It's called I call it the hard work segment. And, you have to stay motivated during that time. That's where, you ever see a lot of people, we all know people who just can't finish projects.
Yes.
They love the upfront, rah part, and maybe they love the research part in the front. But then when it comes to that hard work part,
it's like,
where you have a lot of attention and it's going to take a long time, and you probably have to fail at it a few times.
Yeah.
That's where you need the motivational
That's
help.
True.
And everybody needs it.
It's true.
It's too easy to just drop all those tools and go start another one.
Yeah, I failed. I'm out. You can't do that.
Or just, get all juiced up about a new project.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The first 10% of everything's all blast, always. Like marriage.
And the last 10% too. Like our show? Please subscribe and rate us on iTunes or wherever you are listening.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and
this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.